What's up everybody? There's a ton to cover in this video because there seemed to be a load of content posts that went out yesterday, as usual after I was kind of done and relaxing. We got a big content update, we've got the Grand Arena Championship Feats, we've also got some stuff to do with new tokens that are coming along and a new store, more about territory battles, we've got a nerf to one of the raid teams that recently appeared, and more about Gear 12. So we best get on with this video because there's a lot to cover. Let's do this! Right, there's an awful lot to go over right here, so we're just going to get straight into it. With the content update post that went out, it looks like it's more about Shaq-T. I covered that in yesterday's video, but we got some more stuff here that's pretty interesting. It's not about getting prepared for Grand Arena Championships, which is coming up. And we're going to get double drops as a result. I think personally the thing that everyone's going to be using this for is the fact that Darth Revan is here like any day now. I believe it's the 13th Darth Revan is due, which means that Darth Malak won't be far behind. Probably like, what, was it a week or two he was behind last time? Just remember that event is short, so don't mess around on it. Just go straight in, and if you're having difficulty, reach out to somebody you know that has beat it. Reach out to me. I've helped many people beat it, even though I myself don't have Malak because I couldn't actually take part. So yeah, what we got hard nodes and normal nodes in light and dark are doing double drops from the 8th to the 10th. Cantina are doing it from the 11th to the 13th. Hard and normal in fleet are doing it on the 14th to the 16th. Mod battles and challenges are doing it from 17th to 19th. Then we've got the ability match challenges are rewarding double on the 8th, 9th and 12th. And then the ship ability mats are doing the same on the 13th, 16th, and 17th. That's a lot of double drops, and everybody loves double drops, right? I mean, that's got to be one of the best times in the game. I wish they went on longer. I'm pretty sure everybody does. I mean, they dropped us from 8 till 5, so this is a good time if you want to save up a bit of energy and really maximize the use of double drops and hopefully speed up some of those like tedious farms that we're all dealing with. I'm currently working on Rose and Embo, and they're taking a lifetime. They really are taking a lifetime. It also looks like we got a new achievement here, Bastila on the Bench, a new title that's been added for a very special player who beat Lightside Starforge without Bastila. Wow, yeah, I can't imagine that's easy at all. I would actually take that challenge, except I don't think I have enough time now to gear up T3 before Malak is actually back. Which is a shame, because you know me, I'd love to try and do the most difficult thing I possibly can. And I think that would have made a really entertaining stream. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I'll go and gear up T3. I'll take it on the chin and see if I can go after this title. That'd be really, really cool. Looks like they've also added a little tweak in the Sith Triumvirate raid in phase 3 with Thrawn's Fracture and Zombies Endless Horde as well. And I believe my doggo is behind me. I apologize. We've also got Shaq-T come in. I'm super pumped for this. I hope I'm not the only one. That's happening tomorrow. I may even like live stream unlocking her and then do arena as well or something along those lines. We've got a bunch of packs as well. I'm not really a pack buyer, but for those of you who are, you've got the ability mats coming on tomorrow as well. And we've also got the Jedi Overseer bundle for Shaq-T. So yeah, the Shaq pack is what we're going to call this bad boy. You can take it a 4-star with this, as she is a marquee event. And then you've got the Crystal Gamble pack where you can get like a whole ton of shards if you can afford to really take that chance. We got a premium squad arena bundle. Now this is something I've seen everybody talking about this, and what's the point in this? But I think it's not too bad if you're a new player. If you're a new player, this is going to help you get some of those characters you're really going to need. But for people like us that have been playing this game for a long time, I think the reasoning behind this is that squad arena currency buys prestige, and we have a new capital ship coming. Prestige capital ships, well, that's what's used to power those bad boys up. I think that's the meaning behind this pack, and a lot of people are completely overlooking that. What else have we got? Anything? No, it just seems to be that, and then a couple of little bug fixes. So that covers the content update anyway. Next, Grand Arena Championships, Feats, and Leaderboard. So what they've done, they've added... Yeah, okay, they've added these little things that are kind of like the quests that we have right now, except they're going to actually earn us tokens and points in the Grand Arena Championship. I think this is pretty cool. I did have a brief flick through this last night, and I like the idea of it personally. I think it should prevent the mode getting stale so fast. If they constantly mix these up and don't have it drastically affect the mode too much, you know, you don't want to like clear off your opponent and actually like, annihilate them and then they win because they did these. That would kind of suck, you know, if they massively underperform in the actual competition, then they win because they squeaked out these. But at the same time, they should have some relevance. So as long as it's balanced okay, I think these could be really fun and add a bit of longevity to the mode. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, Grand Arena is kind of, outside of streaming it, it's just something I just quickly, you know, speed through it. There's nothing really to do. It's pretty much the same teams I face every single time. So the only really variation I get is if RNG decides to screw me that time, or if RNG decides to bless me. This should fix that. This should actually mix things up. I mean, here we got one like win a fleet arena battle using endurance. I don't use the Mace Timeout team or any Mace team for that matter, so it would give me a reason to experiment and actually try different lineups rather than just going to the usual bag of tricks that I always pull out in Grand Arena. So yeah, it's a 5-week long event. I'm really looking forward to this. I really am. I don't know quite what to expect yet though. And another part of it is the ability to show off our excellence in addition to player profile being updated. It's going to show your league and leaderboard rank, sorry, along with the titles and portraits and stuff. So yeah, I mean, so far on paper this is sounding good, but I still want to know quite how the galactic power is going to work into this. Am I going to be facing 5.4 million galactic power players because I can beat pretty much everybody in my 4.1 million tier? That's what I'm curious about. Are there going to be 1 million players that dominate their bracket then have to try and deal with me? I mean, that doesn't seem to make a great deal of sense, but they did say it was going to be global, so that's kind of how it's reading to a lot of us. But until we get more news on exactly how that's going to play out, it's hard to get super excited about the mode. You know, I'm excited in the sense, okay, we've got something new coming, something else that I can cover, something else that I can stream, but at the same time, I'm a little apprehensive to get too excited for it because I just don't quite know how the matchmaking is going to be, and that's a crucial element to having any sort of fun in this mode. We know how the bad Territory Wars was when matchmaking was super iffy. It just killed the mode. You get drawn up against a guild that was, you know, 30 million stronger than you. It's like, well, what's the point of even playing then? You know, it's just like, oh, just stick some defense on so you get some banners, get some rewards, and then just leave the mode. So as long as the matchmaking is good, I think this could really add a lot of depth to the game and really give us some fun without being too repetitive thanks to Feats. Right, next bit. We got the Gear 12 finishers overview. I did skim this one briefly last night for all of about 4 seconds. It seems to be largely just covering what I already covered in the previous video because a lot of people overlooked this. A lot of people were like, oh, there's no point in those new pieces, you know, we'll better go to Gear 13, it's just one bit of gear, there's no difference. They totally overlooked the fact that mods go off of a base level. So all those mods are rounding up currently on Gear 12.0, even though you may have 12.5 on that character. So getting the 12.6 on, bumping it up to 13, it's now rounding up significantly higher, taking all those 12.1 to 6 pieces into the equation. That's going to make certain characters a whole lot stronger. Grievous was used as an example right here. I mean, that's pretty crazy that it takes him over 95,000 base health. That's just going to make his damage output even crazier than it already is against certain teams. I mean, you know, I've taken out Malik teams with General Grievous. So up to 95,000 base health, as long as you know, Malik and that haven't got way stronger as a result, and that there's a bit of scale to it, it should in fact make Grievous a much deadlier attacking team than it already is. So I'm pretty excited about that. Down here they're on about protection update. They're kind of not everyone's going to get the same thing. They're going to try and balance it a little bit, whereas Ayla's getting a small portion, a small boost, whereas someone like Darth Maul, who's incredibly squishy in the current game, he's been left behind the power curve drastically. He's going to get a much bigger roundup of protection. And then they're on about some gear recipe changes with these new pieces that we got to bring in. These bad boys right here. And we're going to get them through the Geonosian territory battles and also the Grand Arena Championship shipments, farmable via PvE node as well. I do like that. That looks pretty tidy. It's a nice change from, you can see it turning red, so I guess 14 would be completely red or something like that. But that's a way off right now. I know a lot of people are not happy about this. That they don't like the goalposts moving. But let me explain the reason I'm not massively concerned or upset about it. And it's the sheer fact that all these type of games have a power creep. It's the only way to keep things interesting long term. I came from playing like Pokemon cards, for example, and if you look at Gen 1 compared to now, there's an incredible power creep. So it's something that people like myself that play Pokemon trading cards and people that play Magic the Gathering we're really used to this already. If it stays at the same power level for too long, everybody reaches it, then all end game content becomes incredibly stale and like it is now. And if you don't increase the power curve, you don't bring in new gear to balance like a new mode, then that new mode, like Geonosia's territory battles that's coming out now, would immediately be incredibly easy and boring again if they kept it at the current power curve. Because people like myself that already have all these teams at Gear 12 would just press auto and clear the whole thing. So the only way to make it achievable that we can beat it when it's harder is to either boost the level on everybody, increase the level cap, or increase the gear. So there's the only real options to get around it. You can't make harder content that's now fresh and exciting for end game players without increasing the difficulty of the game, and the only way to balance the difficulty is to increase the power of your characters. So that's the reasoning behind these kind of things, and I get that some people are upset about it, that they're really desperate to catch up, but I think the big problem in this game right now is new players can't catch up. So they need to do something to speed up leveling for new players, to speed up obtaining difficult gear for the new players. Because players at my power, we should be expected to deal with these kind of changes. We should expect that the game is going to get more difficult as it goes on, and we've got to keep trying to keep up with it. The only ones I'm really concerned about, as I said, are brand new players that are like, oh, I've only just got to Gear 10, now you've put 13 there as well, and you've got a new territory battles that's even harder than the current one I can't beat. It's them that I'm more concerned about. So hopefully Capital Games will do something to address that for those players. Right, away from Gear 13, because I've largely covered this in a previous video anyway, as I mentioned. But here we go, we've got new Grand Arena and territory battle currencies. Now I haven't actually read this one properly, so with the upcoming release, they're bringing 2 new currencies in. One's earned from the championships and the other from the new territory battle. We've got the championship tokens that are coming in, and we're going to earn those through feats as well as actually just winning the mode. And then we've got a new territory battle currency, the MK2 guild event tokens. This will no doubt bring a new character or two of it, just like we had Wampa and Hermit Yoda with the first tier of guild event tokens. I'm actually genuinely surprised about it. I didn't see this one coming at all. I thought they would just add new characters to the already present store, to be honest. The championship tokens, I kind of expected something like that might happen. I did not see this guild event one coming. So yeah, similar to how they've added Gear 12 Plus as an exclusive reward for Heroic Sith Raid, they're adding a new store and exclusive currency to the Geonosis territory battles to incentivize guilds to participate in the new content. It's going to be a difficult challenge, as I already spoke about, but it's something we'll strive towards over time, which is exactly what I was speaking about with Gear 13. We would not have that ability to strive towards a new goal over time if it was at the current power curve and you were really powerful. It would just be a case of autoing everything again. The rewards from this store will be very valuable for powering your team and enable your guild to complete older game modes even faster. Yeah, so I'm curious what's going to be there. No doubt there's going to be 2 new characters in there, because everybody loves a new character. It gives us something to aim for, especially if they're as powerful as Wampa was when he very first came out. Everybody was using him. He was in a lot of arena teams right at the start as well. So I'd be excited to see what gets added there. But I hope it's going to be kind of like what I was saying a minute ago, and a way for those newer players to race and catch up. I'm hoping these guild event tokens, these MK2 ones, will have a much higher exchange rate. Like, you know, for a small number of them, you can buy like 25 stun guns, rather than the 5 we get for a small number of the you know, the first tier guild event tokens. Something like that. Some way to catch up on gears that used to be like the main thing, that are now likely going to slip down the totem pole a little, because we've got these new gear pieces coming out which we're pretty much having to buy with crystals. I would not be surprised to see those new pieces in this store. So yeah, that's that one covered. And lastly, this is a new bit of news that came out today. I was aware of this already and didn't really want to cover it, because it's no doubt going to get a huge backlash, but we're already here, so let's get on with it. And it's the new Night Sister / Anakin team that's being used in Phase 3. I believe Operation Metaverse covered this, and Daft Microtransaction also covered this. I didn't even get around to testing it, because as soon as I even heard of it, I said that's going to get nerfed. That's going to get nerfed straight away, because it's a loop. And that's exactly what they're saying here, that basically it's a loop. It shouldn't be working this way. It's something that's been overlooked, and that they're going to fix it. It doesn't look like they're going to fix it right away though, so people are going to be able to use it to, you know, finish higher for a short while. But don't massively invest in this just for this team. You know, if you're going to invest in Night Sisters, cool. If you're going to invest in Anakin for Galactic Republic, cool. But don't invest heavily for the sake of this team, because it's not going to be here very long. We've seen how quickly these loop teams do get nerfed and you know, fixed to work as they should work. I'm not a huge fan of the infinite loops anyway, so I'm not particularly bothered. It wasn't a video I was going to cover anyway, but there you go. At least you've got the official word on that, and that covers all of the news that came out yesterday and really pushed my release pattern back. I had another video I was going to release today, and I've had to kind of delay it to get all this one out. But it's cool to have new news, right? Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below, as per usual. And until next time, guys, we out of here.